Huntsville, Alabama is growing fast. Aerospace, defense, tech, and somewhere in the middle of all that momentum, people are trying to figure out how to actually buy a home without a trust fund or a perfect credit score.
That's exactly what Veronetta Johnson covers in this episode. FHA loans, what they cost beyond the monthly payment, and how programs like USDA factor into the decision for North Alabama buyers.
Let's start with the loan that tends to get the most questions.
The core question here is what FHA loans actually are and what they aren't, because a lot of buyers come in with the wrong mental model before they've even talked to a lender.
And the post names that misconception directly. Here's the line. One of the biggest misconceptions about FHA loans is that they are only for people with financial difficulties. In reality, the program was designed to make homeownership more accessible by reducing some of the barriers that prevent qualified buyers from entering the housing market.
So the upshot is that FHA isn't a fallback, it's a tool. The Federal Housing Administration insures the loan, which reduces lender risk and allows for lower credit scores and smaller down payments than most conventional mortgages require.
Which matters in Huntsville specifically because housing prices have climbed alongside the city's economic boom. Saving a full conventional down payment is a moving target when the market keeps moving up.
Right, and the Post is careful to say that choosing FHA simply because it seems easier isn't always the right call. Every option, FHA, conventional, or USDA, should be weighed against the buyer's income, long-term plans, and monthly budget.
USDA comes up as the natural comparison. Zero down payment for eligible buyers in qualifying rural and suburban areas around Huntsville, but income limits, property eligibility, and occupancy rules all apply. You can't just assume a property qualifies because it's outside the city center.
The Post also spends real time on cost buyers tend to underestimate. Mortgage insurance premiums, property taxes, inspection fees, closing costs. Alabama's property taxes are relatively low compared to most states, but they can shift as values rise or improvements are made.
And skipping inspections to make an offer look cleaner is the kind of shortcut that turns into a very expensive lesson. Roofing, foundation, HVAC, moisture issues don't show up in an appraisal.
That's where a relocation specialist earns their value. Buyers arriving from other states often don't realize how different the pricing strategies, inspection norms, and negotiation customs are here compared to where they came from.
Education is doing a lot of heavy lifting in this market, and that leads naturally into what ongoing learning looks like for buyers navigating all of this.
The through line is that financing is where the real complexity lives, not in finding the home, but in understanding what you're signing.
More of that next time. Stay informed out there.